Hi everyone, and welcome to today's session with Hannah. Let's get started. So round one, we're going to start with high knees. So punching opposite arm to knee. So we've got 45 seconds here, getting our bodies nice and warm. You can either punch at shoulder height or overhead. Whole body movement here. Keep up the breathing. If you do want a little bit more, you can speed it up, turning it into a little bit more of a jog. But starting off simple, we just want to make sure we're nice and warmed up. As I said, we've got 45 seconds, not much longer to go. Good. Have a bit of a rest. 15 seconds rest. Take some breaths. And then we are coming into, so we're stepping out to the side, raising our arms. So have a slight bend in the knee as you tap out with a straight leg. And to speed it up, adding a little bit of a hop in between. So use your levels. Push yourself as hard as you want to go today. Remember, we're here to work, here to move. We get breaks in between. Not much longer, we're coming up to that 15 seconds off. Good. Well done. Have a rest. So take some nice big deep breaths. We've got 15 seconds off before we've got our another exercise. So next up, knee comes across, opposite elbow to knee. So keeping our arms up at shoulder height. So trying not to let the elbow drop too much in between. Adding a slight twist to work the core as well. And to make more of a full body movement, reaching overhead in between. Come on, keep pushing. We want to work nice and hard here before we get into our other rounds. So we're going to be working a little bit longer today for each exercise, for 45 seconds. Good, we're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, have a rest. 15 seconds here. Keep up those nice big deep breaths. Good. All right, coming into our next move. We've got step taps or step backs. So bending and keeping all the weight in your front knee as you lightly tap, really extending that back leg behind, reaching the arms overhead. We're making this a full body movement, getting everything in nice and warm. So the further you step back, the deeper your lunge is going to be, the harder it's going to be. But we want to move with it quite a good pace to get our heart rate up. And this will help by adding in the arms as well. Good, remember 45 seconds. It sounds longer than it is. Keep going. We are almost there. And rest. Good job. Keep up the breathing. We've got one more exercise left for this round. So side to side and then forwards and backs jumping. Away we go. So going side, side, forward, back. Side, side, forward, back. So the aim here is to really move as quickly as you can and try and keep your feet together. So staying on the balls of your feet, moving quickly, not holding your breath. If this is too much, just step. So stepping to the side, side, forwards, back. There we are. Good. If not, keep up the jumping. Keep that intensity. Nice job. We are done. That's round one complete. All right, round 2. So 45 seconds of squats. Really trying to get as deep as you can. Then we've got 45 seconds lunges. Swapping sides, 45 seconds on the other side as well. Got to even it out. And we're coming into our squat pulse. So squatting down full range, then just lifting to halfway. Or option 2 is just to hold for 45. Then coming down for our hip bridges, and we're just pulsing. So our bottom is not going to touch for the full 45 seconds. Let's get to it, starting with squats. Here we go. So really trying to make your squats as deep as you can, making sure your knees are tracking over your toes and you're really pushing your bottom out. So like you're sitting back in an imaginary chair, all the weight pushes through the heels of your feet. So that forces us to stick out our bottom. As you lower, your toes should be able to lift up off of the ground. So all of that weight coming through the heels of your feet. As you lift, squeeze your glutes. Make sure they're doing the work. Good. We are almost here. Good job. Have a breather. So we've given ourselves 15 seconds rest. Then we're coming in for our lunges. So left foot forward. Let's start with the weaker leg, or for me anyway, and away we go. So taking your right knee down towards the mat. A little bit of balance as well. Remember, with our lunges, as we're lifting and lowering, we're doing so vertically. So we're not pushing our body weight forward through that front knee. So that front knee just tracking down to 90 degrees. Again, we want all the weight to come through the heel of our feet. So really firing up our glutes, our bottoms. Good. Keep the breathing. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Keep control of the breathing. Everything feels better. Good. Have a rest. Shake out those legs. So taking some nice, big, deep breaths here. Right leg comes forward and away we go. So touching that back knee down towards your mat. Keeping our body nice and upright. Getting that front knee to 90 degrees, pushing the weight through the heel of our front foot. So right foot for me. If you're following, right foot as well. If not, left. Doesn't matter. We've done 45 on each side. Or thereabouts. We are almost there. Keep it up. We want a nice looking booty. Good work. I know the legs are turning to jelly. It's alright. We're in this together. And we're done. Good job. Really shake out the legs. And we're about to do our squat pulses. So remember, feet hip width apart, pushing that weight back through our heels. So we're coming all the way down, then just lifting back up to halfway. So really firing up, squeeze your glutes. You will feel this in the quads. Other option there is just to hold. So work at your level. If the pulsing's getting too much, come down for a hold. Sticking out your bottom. Good. Keep the breathing up. So we do sometimes tend to hold our breath when we pulse. So bring it back. Focus on that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Have control. Good. And time flies. Done. So if you need to grab a drink in these 15 seconds break, do so. And we're heading down to the mats, hands down by our side, laying on our back, about a handprint in between our ankles and our bottoms. Pushing the hips all the way up as we pulse for our hip bridges. So I want you to exhale, push the hips up towards the ceiling, making sure you're squeezing your bottom as you do so. inhale to lower. So nice explosive push, and then the lowering can be slightly with control. So other option here is just to do normal bridging. If not, don't let your bottom touch the floor. Keep it up. Your bottom should be burning. That's good. We are almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Grab your knees, give them a nice big hug. Stretch it out. Alright, round 3. So again, 45 seconds. We're working the upper body this time. So we've got our push-ups either on toes or on your knees. Then coming for our tricep dips. So making sure elbows point back, working the backs of our arms, starting underarm. Then we've got uneven push-ups. So one hand comes forward, the other is under your shoulder. So 45 seconds on each side, either on your knees or toes. Then we've got overhead punches. So just kneeling, bracing through the core, punching. Alright, let's get to it, starting with our push-ups. 45 seconds. So my goal here was to do 5 on my toes before dropping to my knees. So set yourself little goals. I've always wanted to get better at push-ups, so by setting myself those goals, I can. So dropping to your knees if you need. If not, staying on your toes. Now, because we have 45 seconds, we can really concentrate on the movement. So we don't need to do them fast. Slow and control. Let's push out. 2 more. And resting. 15 seconds here. Then we're coming on to our backs or somewhat for our tricep dips. So lifting up your bottom, pushing that up towards the ceiling, pushing back. So elbows point straight behind. So we're really feeling the backs of the arms here. Squeeze your bottom as well to keep your hips up off of the ground. This one is a hard one. Good. Remembering it doesn't need to be very fast. We're really using the strength that we have. Good. Not much longer. Come on, give me 2 more. Rest. Well deserved. Remembering, grab a drink if you need. You've got 15 seconds. Shake out the arms. Then we're coming down for our uneven push-up. So I'm starting with right arm forward, left arm under your shoulder. Again, these can be done on your toes. Not letting our neck drop, so eyes looking above your fingertips. Good, so we're just working different areas of our arms, chest, back. Core is engaged, glutes are squeezed tight. Remembering push-ups are a full body workout. That's why we do so many. They're good for us. Awesome job, looking strong. Resting up. Shake out the arms. And then remembering to swap sides. So if you're following me, left arm comes forward now. Right arm stays under your shoulder. And pushing up. So you will notice a difference between your arms. And it doesn't need to be a huge gap between the hands, forwards and back, to really feel it work. Working the different areas. Remember not to let that neck drop, eyes looking above your fingertips. Controlling through the core as well. Squeezing the glutes. Push-ups aren't my favorite either, but they're good for us. Holding strong. We can get through it. 45 seconds is a killer. Good news, you are done. Well done. Stretch it out. Recover. Coming up onto your knees. So kneeling, this can be done standing as well. Punching overhead. So trying not to let your elbows come below shoulder height. Keeping those arms up. Keeping the elbows pointing towards the front. So not letting them twist out. Everything's in nice and tight. We're targeting the shoulders as well as our triceps here. Good. So this 45 seconds, we do want to move quickly. We don't have weights in our hand. We don't have anyone standing above us, resisting us. So we're moving quick. Good. Keeping a brace through the core, holding nice and strong. Make sure you're not arching backwards. Protect your lower back. Good. We've got 3, 2, 1. Good job. Round 4, here we go. Sticking with the theme, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Starting on our backs, we've got single leg lowers, alternating legs, then relaxing the feet down, hands coming behind your head for oblique curl, adding in our knee lifts as well. So taking shoulder across to opposite knee. Good. Then crunches. So just focusing on the upper body, crunching up and over to our plank. So just holding, again using your levels if you need your knees. And then final exercise is our V-sit. Finishing strong with a hold. All right. Let's get to it. Starting with our single leg lowers. So pushing your back so it is flat into the mat and our lower back's not arching up off the mat. You can also do double leg if you're looking for a bit more of a challenge, but if your lower back begins to arch, coming back to single leg. Remembering the lower you take your leg down, the harder it's going to be. So working at your levels. Good, keep the breathing. So exhale to lower, inhale to lift. So again, we want it with control. You don't need to do these fast. Really focusing on the core. Good. And rest. 15 seconds breather here. Then hands coming behind our head for our oblique curls with our leg lift. So elbows staying out to the side. We're swapping sides each time, really lifting up and over. So taking our shoulder across to opposite knee. Good. So we're working our upper abdominals and adding in our obliques, so the sides of our tummies, as well as our lower abdominals by adding the leg lifts. So just focusing on the oblique crunches. Don't do the legs if it is too much. Focus on that breathing. Exhale as we lift and twist. Inhale as we lower. Good. Thinking about strong abs, have a rest. Shake out the head. And hands are going to stay behind our head for our crunches. Away we go, crunching up, lowering back down. So remember, we're tucking in our chin. We exhale as we lift up, inhale as we lower. By doing the exhale, it will let us concentrate on more of that control through the abdominal as you curl up. Eyes looking through your knees. You're not pushing on your head at all. We're using our core. Elbows staying out to the side, not crunching them in. Good. We've got a few more. Keep it up and resting down. Good job. So coming up and over for our plank now. So remembering you can be on outstretched arms, forearms, knees, or staying on your toes. Working at your level. Holding our strong plank. Core is engaged. Shoulders are down and back. Thinking of the spine as one long line. So eyes looking above your fingertips, not just letting the head fall as we get tired. Focusing on that breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Squeeze the glutes, they'll help you hold strong. If you do need to drop, just lowering the knees. Don't let the rest of the body fall. And relax. Good job. We've got one more exercise left. And then we are done for the day. Good, so we want to sit up nice and tall before slowly lowering down till we feel our core switch on. Then we hold. So feet can stay on the mat or you can lift them off, bracing through those lower abdominals. Chest up towards the ceiling, eyes looking straight ahead. Now if your body begins to shake, that's a good thing. It's working hard. Let's focus on the breathing. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Holding strong. Think about this is our last bit of work for today. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Full body stretch. Great job. Take some nice big deep breaths. And bringing your knees bent, let's come for a stretch. So coming up into our hip bridge, pushing the hips up, really getting as much through the back as we can. Slowly lowering back down, bringing your knees, giving them a nice big hug. Great work today. Focus on that breathing as we stretch. Extending your left leg, pulling the right knee in, and then you're going to slowly take your right knee over to the left, extending your right arm to 90 degrees, eyes looking down at your right hand, stretching through the spine. Coming back to center, swapping sides, so extending the right, bringing the left knee to chest, taking it slowly over to the right. Left arm coming up, eyes looking down at your hand. Still breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thinking about the good things we've just achieved. And right ankle coming onto left knee, pushing your right knee away from you, or pulling the left thigh in towards your chest. Feeling that release through the glutes, through the hips and the pelvis region. Really good one to do every day because we do get quite tight through this area, which does lead to lower back pain. Releasing the legs, swapping sides, left ankle on right knee, either pushing your left knee away from you or lifting up the right leg, grabbing onto your thigh and pulling that in towards you. Making sure the back is flat, tailbone's not lifting, and the left knee stays out to the side, regardless of what position you're in. Taking those big deep breaths. And releasing the legs, pulling both knees in, and we're going to slowly make our way up to standing, either rocking and rolling ourselves up or you can slowly stand up. So we're going to finish with a forward fold. So have a bend in your knees, tucking in your head, then lengthening the legs. So we want to inhale to lengthen, exhale, bend the knees, and coming back down. Expelling all that air, inhale to lengthen the legs, stretch through the hamstrings, exhale to bend, and then slowly rolling the body all the way up to standing. We're going to take a nice wide stance. Arm comes across, other one hooks under, stretching through the shoulder, then bending through one knee, stretching the inner thigh, and swapping sides. So arm comes across the body, the other hooks around the elbow, bending the other knee, straightening the other leg, feeling release through the shoulder and through the inner thigh. Then a little bit of balance, so hold on to something if you need, grabbing onto your ankle for a quad stretch. If you can't get your foot all the way behind, resting it on a chair does the same, so you can feel that through the quad, through the hip flexors. Again, holding on to something if you do need. If not, testing your balance, which is just as important. And releasing the legs. Shake it out. Shake out the wrists. A few little neck circles. And then we're going to finish with 3 breaths. So taking a nice big inhale as we lift. Exhale to release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last one. And release. Great job today, guys. And remember to click subscribe and have an awesome day.